from the Darien Ice House in Darien, Connecticut. A sneaky goal from the Wave. Darien's not done yet. Back to the middle, and that's a goal for New Canaan. And it's all New Canaan right now. Just staying alive is what SWS is doing. And it's in! SWS puts one in their cause. One, and it's in! Greenwich finds themselves on the board. Stopped once again by Kuchner. It's the 2023 FCIAC Girls Ice Hockey Tournament on the DAF Media Network. This afternoon, semifinal number 1 between the top-seeded Darien Blue Wave and the 4th-seeded Greenwich Cardinals inside the Darien Ice House in Darien, Connecticut. Hi everybody, joined alongside Chase Harden. I'm Braden Shank. And Chase, a year ago we were inside this ice house for the FCIAC tournament, back for another exciting year of the FCIAC tournament. Our first matchup, Darien and Greenwich, the Blue Wave, the top seed in this year's tournament, 17-1-2 this far, and Greenwich comes in with a 6-13-1 record. The Cardinals haven't made it to an FCIAC title match in 3 years, but head coach Doug Jebb has a little bit of magic on his side.
100%. He was actually with the SWS team last year, which is going to be playing obviously after this game, but we talk about upsets. This is the 42nd year anniversary of Miracle on Ice, Russia versus the U.S., and you could say Greenwich is in that spot right now. They have a chance to upset this Darien team that is just so strong. Jamie Tropp's one of the best coaches in the state. He knows what he's doing on the bench. And we talk about the goaltending situation for the Blue Wave. It might be a little different. So, Braden, I think this is going to be a little bit of a different game. On paper, Darien's the better team, but this should be pretty darn exciting.
It should be indeed. Taking a look at our bracket for this year's tournament, 4 great teams making it to the FCIAC tournament. Darien and Greenwich, our first semifinal at 6 p.m. Then tonight, the SWS co-op team will take on New Canaan back inside the Darien Ice House. That game can be seen on the DAF Media Network. But now, Chase, let's take a look at our players to watch in this contest. First, for the visiting Cardinals, head coach Doug Jebb has a gem with returning netminder Emma Kuchner. She's protecting the pipe. She's the only returning starting goaltender in the conference this year.
Yeah, and when you have a goalie like that, goalies in hockey are the quarterback, right? They're letting their defense know everything to do. I mean, she just knows what she's doing back there. She takes away shooters' angles. She gets in front of pucks. She covers it, and she does not let out a ton of rebounds. And when you have a strong goalie, you can get just about anywhere in hockey. And she's just one of the best goalies in the state. She's proved it all year, and she's the quarterback out there. And Darien better test her earlier, or else she's going to get her game and get confident and start making some pretty darn nice saves, and that's going to be the difference today.
They do indeed. 35 saves in that first meet against Avon on Saturday. And how about for Darien? They've got a sharpshooter with Natalie Beach, who's going to look to beat Kuchner on the offense.
Yeah, and when you talk about Natalie Beach, she's got 26 goals, 13 assists. She's just crazy good, 39 points, and man, she's got great hands. She's got a rifle off the stick, and she can just snipe. She can find corners easier than anybody, and when she's on the ice, you better know where she is, or else she's going to generate, whether it's goals, assists, or even just nice chips out of her zone. She knows how to play hockey. She plays it the simple way, and that's what Jamie Tropp loves, and that's why she produces so many points, and 39 points, that's pretty darn incredible.
That was something that head coach Doug Jebb emphasized, at least to us pregame, is they got to stop the Darien attackers. What are the other keys to the game for Greenwich tonight?
They just got to play simple hockey, right? Other than outscoring Darien, which is the pretty obvious, that's pretty obvious. But they just got to play simple hockey, meaning dump pucks in. Don't do anything dumb, because guess what Darien does? They capitalize on Greenwich's mistakes. So they just got to play simple hockey, get it deep, and force Darien's defense to turn the puck over and put one in, through Darien's defense and goaltender.
What does Darien need to do on this Wednesday night to advance to the FCIAC
They
championship?
just need to play their style of hockey. Jamie Tropsa and his staff said that they just need to play their style. They're the best team in the state, and if they stick to that, they're going to beat this Greenwich team. They got to get shots on net early and make this Greenwich netminder uncomfortable.
It's the Cardinals and the Blue Wave with a ticket to Saturday's conference championship on the line. National anthem and puck drop coming right up on the DAF Media Network. The Cards and the Wave ready for battle on this Wednesday night. Some fans still trickling in inside the Darien Ice House. New Canaan coming in for their game at 7:40 against SWS. But as you mentioned, Chase, four very solid teams that are very much capable of making a run to Saturday's big dance.
100%, and this is what you play for all year, the tournaments, the FCIAC, your conference championships, your state championships. And this is what they are here for. This is what you practice for. This is what you game plan for. And here we are, tonight's officials, Charlie Sosa and Derek Benning. And Braden, like I touched on earlier, we're in for two pretty solid games. Darien being the 1 seed, Greenwich being the 4 seed. We touched on it. This is the anniversary of Miracle on Ice when the United States defeated Russia back in 1980. One of the greatest moments in American sports history, and we could have a little upset on our hands, couldn't we, Braden?
We could indeed. A year ago in this tournament, it was New Canaan and SWS that won in the semis. These two teams fell short in the semifinals, but they're back in the tournament looking to advance to the conference championship after an absence. It's been 3 years since Greenwich has made it to the championship. 2019, the last time they were there, and Darien 2021, but it's been a while. 2019, the last time they were able to take down the Rams and take home an FCIAC conference championship. But they got to get there first, and they got to go through Greenwich.
Yes, they do, and you never know what could happen. Darien has that chip on their shoulder. New Canaan's sort of been that team over the past couple years, winning FCIACs last year and states. So Darienne's got that chip on their shoulder, and we'll see what happens.
Kelsey Brown, Peyton Jelnick get us underway on this Wednesday night. Darien will be in their home whites, as there's the quick icing. Darien in the home whites with the wave reading across the chest. Blue numbers and the blue helmets. And Greenwich, they will be in the road blacks with the red numbering. Newer jerseys, I believe, for the Cards, with the Greenwich Cardinal on the chest. And taking a look at the starters in this one, Greenwich, no changes there. Their three senior captains, Roth, Jelnick, and Lawrence on the first line. And then the defense of Allen and Carino, a solid defending group for Greenwich. And we touched on the player to watch, Emma Kunchner, the starter for this Cardinals team. And Darien, the big change, you got a note chase. Jamison Maher, the junior, getting the start for Jamie Tropp's squad. Not the senior Catherine Kahn, who started all season. Don't want to speculate there, but Jamison Maher is going to be playing in her 8th game this season and potentially the biggest one for Darien this year. Kelsey Brown, the senior captain, moving her over to Maggie Bellissimo. Darien's first line still out there, hustling for it and grabbing it is Peyton Jelnick, the senior forward. Looking to center the pass. Nobody. Bellissimo's got some room. Dumps it to the neutral zone. There's Parker Crody off the bench. Crody across the blue line. We'll kick that one to Kunchner, who makes the first stop to her name tonight.
And Braden, like you said, Jamison Maher getting, she's in net and not Kahn, and that is a difference maker, like you touched on. And she's got to build that confidence in net. When you haven't played in a while, you sort of feel like you're just scrambling in water, and she's got to get tested earlier, or else she's just going to be sitting there, and she needs to get tested and get that confidence.
Shot from Kellogg just wide. The last game Maher played in was against Wilton Norwalk McMahon on January 31st, so she hasn't played in a single game in the month of February. So it's going to be interesting how she does. Grabbed by the Cardinals. They're going to clear it out to the neutral zone. Hustling back forward is Lila Fiorita, the freshman. What a season Lila's been having to her name. Four goals, 5 assists. There's Kellogg. Kellogg the shot, stopped by Kunchner. Rowdy fan base on hand for this one. Fiorita regains it. She'll take it across the blue line. Lila Fiorita rifling the shot, stopped by the blocker of Kunchner. The rebound behind the nets. Kunchner's going to be tested, but she is ready for it again. Made 35 saves against the Avon Nighthawks this past weekend. There's a water bottle on the ice. They're going to keep playing through it. Oh, look at that. Hits off the water bottle. It's one way to keep the water cold.
Yes, it is.
Maher's going to freeze the puck. And pushing after the play. And the referee's on top of it.
And the goalies tonight are going to be the difference, right? They're the quarterbacks of the rink. They're telling their teams what to do. And when you have a good goalie, you can just about accomplish anything. Like football, if you don't have a good quarterback, you're not getting anywhere. But if you do, the Patrick Mahomes, you're going to get a lot of places. And that's what Greenwich has. They have a strong netminder. And that's the reason they've been an average team this year. Without her, I think they would be, a team that wouldn't even be in the FCIAC.
There's Chelsea Donovan wide open. Donovan's going straight to the net. And she'll be pushed away by the defensive legs of Lindsay Allen. Second chance looking for the centering pass. Greenwich now going on the rush. Knocked down by Edwards. But to your point, Chase, Kunchner was the only returning starter in the FCIAC this year. Claire Haupt graduated for Darien. Ferraro left New Canaan. So many others across the conference not returning. So she has the most experience in that, and she's definitely shown it this year for the Cards.
Yes, she has.
Greenwich now. Nice move there. Dumping this one back. Off the skate of Darien's Kate Brown. Parker Crody looking to use the speed. Crody on the near wing. Taking it up the middle. Crody with the shot. And that one's tipped in. Darien goes up 1-0. Kuchner's looking to plead her case. She's not going to. And Darien's going to go up 1-0. They're saying it hit off of a player's foot, but I don't think the referee saw that, as Sarah Kellogg is going to get Darien on the board. Let's take a look at it.
The officials are talking this one over.
Ooh,
they might deem that this hit off a skate.
From what I saw, it looked like it hit off the skate of a Greenwich player.
They're still talking about it. Let's see, and they're going to call it a good goal. I'm going to say it was not intentional. Obviously, if it's intentional,
Let's see. I'm looking at number 14 for Greenwich right there. It looks like it hits off of, Kellogg did.
She hit it with her skate, but they're going to deem it unintentional. Obviously, if that's intentional, it would have been no goal, but the officials, Charlie Sosa and Derek Benning, are going to say it's a good goal.
So Sarah Kellogg opens the scoring for Darien just 3 minutes in. Kellogg has goal number 8 on the season. One that Greenwich is going to be questioning, but nonetheless, the Wave go up 1-0. And that's exactly what Greenwich didn't want to do, go down early. Kellogg, she had a goal against Greenwich in the second meeting as Maher will make her first save of the nights. And Jamison Maher, not the biggest goalie in net, but she's definitely got the glove work to make up for it.
And when you're the underdog in a game like this, it's tough when you get down early because you're digging yourself a hole and then you got to get out of the hole. So it's 1-0, obviously not a big lead whatsoever, but you got to hold Darien to minimum shots and keep this a one-goal game and potentially put a one on the guest side of the scoreboard to tie it up.
Maggie Bellissimo now on the near wing. And pushed away by Carino. Lexi Carino, number 14 for the Cards. Poking it away is Bellissimo along the boards. Darienne's trying to grab possession. Instead, Hannah Wall will grab it. Turned away, the backhand shot. Kunchner pounces on it for the stop.
She's not happy about that one, nor is the Greenwich defense. Always a sin to touch your goalie. In the sport of hockey, you're going to get a fist to the back of the head if you do, but the officials are going to let them play in a game like this, FCIAC semifinals. And it's what you got to like to see. Let the teams win it. Don't, decide the game with a call or two.
Face off to Kunchner's right, won by the Cards, looking to use the board, and transitions it down to Newey. Mackenzie Newey, the junior. She will get knocked to the ice. Darien looking to use the offense. Chelsea Donovan. Good defense by Allen. And just like that, Carino gains possession. So far, it's felt like a majority of the possession has kept with the Wave, as Kunchner will just stick the glove out to make the stop on that one.
It's the pressure the Blue Wave put on. We've seen this all year. Their ability to just take away team space. And when you can do that, most teams can't generate it, and they panic, and they make dumb plays. And that's what Darienne's been able to do. So right now, like we talked about with the Greenwich staff, they got to play simple hockey and get pucks deep.
Face off again to Kunchner's right. Darien's looking to make a nice move. That's a centering pass just past Crody. And, heads up.
Trying to put one of her coaches in the ER with a couple stitches there. But
I feel like Doug Jebb could have gotten out of the way on that one. He had enough time to react.
Yeah, he did. But would not be fun being in the ER on a Wednesday night.
Nope. Doug Jebb in his first year with this Cardinals team, the third new head coach Greenwich has had in the past 3 years. They had Alex Lurchin 3 years ago. Brooke Herron took her turn with the Cardinals last year. Just lasted a season before Doug Jebb took over this year and has led the Cardinals to the 6-12-1 season. The shot there stopped by the leg pad of Kuchner. Rebound to Fiorita. Fiorita making some nice moves. And Jelnik was wide open, but that pass is intercepted by Fiorita. Crody just going to dump it off into the zone.
Darienne's got to be aware of these stretchers for Greenwich. They're starting to put one out there by the red line to try and generate a breakaway out of it.
Shot there, and it's in! Going over the shoulder of Kunchner. Darien goes up 2-0. The chip shot works for the Wave, and just like that, Darienne's got a multi-goal lead. I believe that was number 10, Kelsey Brown, the senior captain.
And Braden, we talked about it. Digging yourself a hole is not a good thing to do. And Greenwich is just not getting the puck out of their zone, and Darien is capitalizing on their mistakes. That's going to be Kelsey Brown's 14th goal this season. And right now, Darien is putting on a little bit of a clinic, capitalizing on these Greenwich Cardinals mistakes.
It's actually 19, Chelsea Donovan, because those numbers couldn't get any more confusing. 19 and 10. There we go, Chelsea Donovan. I thought for sure it was Brown.
The 9 and the 0.
Nonetheless, the 16th goal for Chelsea on the season.
50th point for her.
Look at that.
One of the better players in the state of Connecticut, if not the best.
the All-FCIAC and All-State first-teamer a year ago. Over 100 career points. She has 50 now this year alone. One talented forward for this Darien team. Maher gets the icing waved off.
It's a heck of a milestone, 50 points in a high school season where you only play 25 to 20 games.
Here's Natalie Beach now. Darien wants more. Beach the shot just wide of Kunchner. Staying on the offense. Weak pass there. Good centering pass just past Donovan. Icing will be given to Maher this time. And I guess that's what Darien's strategy has been. The inexperienced goalie in net, you might as well keep the puck on offense. That Maher doesn't even need to make the saves. Yeah,
defensively too. I just talked about this. Their ability to take away space. That's what Jamie Tropsa preaches. When you're able to play so strong defensively and take away space, and you get those pucks and you get those uneven, odd man rushes, 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, they're capitalizing on those, and Greenwich needs to understand that.
There's Sophie Roth with some space. Roth still up with it across the blue line before turning it over to Morgan Massey. Sophie Roth, the Gettysburg lacrosse commit for the Cards. She's got 16 goals on the season, the leading scorer for Greenwich. And now there's Sarah Kellogg. Good defense being played by Lexi Carino. Shot there, the ground ball knocked away. Greenwich looking to get the offense going. We're just about 8 minutes into this game. Sticking it out is Carino. There's Kellogg over to Crody. Just past Bellissimo. Now getting the touches, Caroline Lawrence, senior captain for Greenwich. But just like that, Gretchen Edwards. That's actually Kellogg. Crody applying the pressure. She gains possession. The dribbler knocked away by Kunchner. Fiorita forced to retreat. She'll take it back across the blue line. Fiorita still has it. She'll take the shot and stop by the glove of Emma Kunchner.
Good positioning there made it a easy stop for her. And Braden, you talk about the talent that these teams produce, whether it's New Canaan, Darien, Greenwich. So many athletes that come out of these schools. We talked about the Rossaw, Gettysburg, St. Lawrence. I mean, there's so many people we can talk about. The Darien side as well. They graduated a couple and they still have a couple, whether it's lacrosse, soccer. So many talented athletes out here on the ice right now.
And the big thing is all these are families. If you look at it, that one just passed the reach of Kunchner. You mentioned the Roth. Sophie and Kelsey still on the team. Delaney Roth graduating last year. Now at William and Mary playing lacrosse. I mean, Darien's got some. Kate Bellissimo, Maggie Bellissimo, Gretchen Edwards and Lucy Edwards. A lot of others. Kelsey and Kate Brown both on the team. So they're all these families for Darien, New Canaan, and Greenwich, and they really just continue to produce year after year talent for their respective sides. Got the Tullys on New Canaan, 3 of them. Nonetheless, here's Greenwich now across the blue line, taking it to the neutral zone. Ravosa gets her first touch of the night. And again, Greenwich has not been able to have that much offense tonight. It's been all Darien as Maggie Bellissimo taking it across the blue line. Kellogg coming back out. Bellissimo still got it, however. The shot. Ooh, off the piping. Good shot from Sarah Kellogg, rifling one. She had the first goal for Darien. Kellogg. Good pass to Bellissimo with some room. Sandwich between 2 Greenwich defenders. That was Roth and Carino. Crody transitioning back to Darien. Darien was shut out last year in the FCIAC semifinals. They won't be this year. But do they have enough to go to the FCIAC championship as the whistle is blown?
Offsides there, and 5:36 to go in the first. And Greenwich really hasn't had any offensive chances whatsoever. They had, I would probably say Darien has 75% of the zone time, as of right now. And Greenwich, like we touched on, they just need to get, I think they're trying to do too much with the puck. Just get it deep and pressure Darien's defense.
That was something on Saturday when Greenwich took on Avon. They fell 5-2, but in the first period alone, they only had 2 offensive possessions, but they scored on both of those offensive possessions with Sophie Roth beating Sophia Ohala of Avon. So it's almost more of the quality versus quantity battle for Greenwich, but tonight they just haven't had anything on the offensive ends. There's Massey. Good defense. Knocking to the ground is number 21, Lawrence. Crody grabbing the touch. Into the neutral zone. Parker Crody's still up. Just dumping it off, bringing some new legs on. Kate Brown will chase. Cardinals again back on the defense. Over to Sophie Roth. Here's Peyton Jelinek. And Fiorito once again there. The defense being played by the Cards. Aggressive play from Darien. That's Donovan. Oh, no call on that. Brown goes to the ice. He's looking for a tripping call. Didn't quite get one. There's Bellissimo skating around. MK Sevillo trying to pickpocket her. Shot there off the post. A rifle shot from Donovan looking to get her second of the night. Again, a very chippy game, but to your point, Chase, the officials letting them play on.
You got to in a FCIAC semifinals for both these contests. You got to let them play. Let the players decide the game, not the officials, and that's what they're doing so far.
There's Bellissimo. The shot, just wide. French on the ground with it. Getting it over to number 15, Mackenzie Newey, first-year varsity junior. Back in the neutral zone, Wall turning it over to Ravosa. There's Crody getting knocked to the ice. And Greenwich has been playing very aggressive out there. Darien needs to adapt to it. Icing called.
And, I mean, you talked about the officiating. I mean, honestly, unless it's an obvious trip or a, say the less, you know, a crime that puts you behind bars, I don't really think there's any reason to call it in a game like this to this severity. That's deciding the FCIAC champion in a way with the two semis. But right now, Greenwich just got to get something going and test a goalie who hasn't had any shots really as of so far.
Only one shot on net Maher's had to face, and she made the stop. But other than that, it's been all Darien on the offense.
And we said that was going to be a big factor, but when you don't get any shots on goal, you can't test that factor in the game, and that's what Greenwich hasn't done. So if they start getting shots on net, they can test this goalie and see what she's about.
Chip and chase for Massey. Jelinek is going to grab it. Looking just to retreat it out, though. Darien's been everywhere. The wraparound just wide. Off this stick of number 5, Maggie Bellissimo. From the point, that shot wide. Bellissimo is looking to get fancy with it. Again, here's Donovan. Pickpocketed from Roth. Sophie Roth's got some space. Roth going to the far side. Spinning this one around and no receiver. There's only 4 Greenwich skaters out there. I don't know where the 5th skater was. Nonetheless, here's Fiorita. Good pass to Donovan. The 2-player rush. The shot there stopped by Kunchner. The goal was wide open. The rebound and will be frozen. Kunchner's being peppered out there by this Darien team.
And she's done pretty darn well as of far. A nice cross-crease save there. And she gets right back on her balance and makes another stop there. And she's done her job as of so far. Even though she's letting 2, she probably has 10-plus saves. And Brayden, I could argue she's the best goalie in the state, even though their record doesn't show it. She makes so many key saves, and all these other teams aren't tested, but she is, and she stops.
Shot there, and that's going to trickle in. Darien adds another. The backhanded shot beats Kunchner to the left side, and Darien puts another on the board. That one looks like it was Kelsey Brown.
And that's a tough one. We were talking the announcer's jinx. We were talking so good about her, and she doesn't hug her post there, and for that reason, the Blue Wave get a 3rd on the board.
Kelsey Brown adding a goal, and Darien goes up 3-0.
Just a tough one for Kuchner that I'm sure she wants back. She didn't hug her post there and wasn't in good positioning.
Beach credited with the assist, but Kelsey Brown picking up goal number 14 on the season. We thought she scored the last one, but I guess we were just setting her up for the one she actually scores, number 3. Now Greenwich really needs some offense, trailing by 3 in this first period. There's Natalie Beach. Cardinals again back on the defense. Hand is put up and icing given to Jamison Maher.
3-0, one of the toughest leads in hockey. It's just so demotivating for a team that came into this and essentially wants to win the game. And when you're down 3-0 only in the first, it's tough to come back from that. But Greenwich has just got to let that go, have it in the past, and try and get things going from here.
Shot there, just wide. That was Bellissimo and Jelnick on the faceoff, won by the Wave. We're only 14 minutes in. Darien lead 3-0. Can they add another? Kunchner pounces on it.
And it's been all Darien as of so far there. I've been talking about their defense, and defense leads to offense, but right now their offense is also putting on a clinic. Their ability to just get key rebounds. Kushner doesn't give out a lot, but when she does, they're right there to pounce on them.
Slap shot from Edwards. 48 seconds to go, and then Greenwich will get their break at the intermission. Not a big break, but a break nonetheless. And Darien was looking to add another. There's Roth. Here's Greenwich now. The shots. Stopped by Maher. Good shot from the stick of number 21. Caroline Lawrence was looking to go high on Maher, but she makes her second stop of the night.
It's a good shot, but it's tough to go in when Maher's in good positioning and you don't really have anyone in front. And you're shooting it from above the dots. So Greenwich has just got to get good chances, get players in front of the net, screen Maher, and generate rebounds from there.
Face off won by the Wave. Fiorita over Crody. And, heads up. Off the deflection. That one will set up another face-off with 20.8 to play in this opening period.
They're going to say it went off Greenwich, which is going to take the face-off outside into the neutral zone.
Bellissimo and Jelnick. Won by the Wave. Fiorita using the boards to Kellogg. With only 13 seconds left, you wonder how much time that really is for offense. And that's cleared out to the neutral zone. 4 on the clock. Greenwich, the shot just wide of Maher. And that will take us to the end of the first period. Darien completes dominance over Greenwich in the first 15 minutes. They lead 3-0. What did you see in this first period, Chase?
I saw a lot of Darien and not a lot of, Greenwich. And Darien, their ability to take away space, I've probably said it 1,000 times, but their defense leads to offense, and they capitalize on it, and Greenwich doesn't. Greenwich needs to get shots on net. They need to test Maher, and they haven't done any of that. So Darien just needs to keep playing their way, and Greenwich has just got to turn it up and find something, whether it's a block shot or something to get the team going, get the team motivated, and build some confidence.
Greenwich finds themselves down 3-0 after the first 15 minutes. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be right back with second period action between the Cardinals and the Wave. Back on the DAF Media Network, 15 minutes back up on the scoreboard. We're set for second period action between the Wave and the Cardinals. Braden Shank, Chase Harden with you. So glad you can be with us. As Kunchner will skate back out to her post. The team switching sides in this second period. Darien still in their home white jerseys with blue numbering. Greenwich in the road blacks with the red numbering. As Kelsey Brown and Peyton Jelnick to get us started in the second period. Greenwich desperately needs some offense if they want to have any shot in going to Saturday's championship.
And really their only chance was, I would say, at the end of the period, they're trying to pull a Patty Kane from the other night.
Kelsey Brown can't handle that one. Lindsay Allen will grab it. Right there is Donovan throwing it to the stick of Jelinek. Peyton Jelinek, the senior captain, playing the chip and chase game. Maher's going to watch it back. Shot from point, Wall through some traffic, the rebound, and
what a save there from Maher.
Maher made the save on that one. We got to take another look at that. There was no reaction inside the Darien Ice House whatsoever. Wow, what a stop by Maher.
Cross crease save there, blocker, and she's done her job to say the least. Obviously, she hasn't been tested a lot, but that gives a goalie confidence, and you can tell just by the way her in her body language right now that got the nerves out of her system.
She's just a junior, folks. J.J. Maher, she's coming back next year for Darien, getting the start in this semifinal game for head coach Jamie Tropsa. As there's Fiorita getting it to Kellogg. Kunchner's going to come out a bit. Good defense being played by Wall. There's Bellissimo. Bellissimo can't handle that one. On the ground, and Kunchner will freeze it with the glove, and that's one place she hasn't been beat all season. Those ground balls, anything within the vicinity of her wingspan, she just puts the glove on it and freezes it right away.
Yeah, her butterfly is phenomenal. In order to beat Kushner, you got to pick corners or get good rebounds. Kushner is not easy to beat low. She's got a good butterfly and her ability to slide cross crease. So it's pretty tough to beat her, but Darien's done it as of so far early into the second.
3-0, Darien leads Greenwich. There's Fiorita into the blue, or past the blue line to Crody. The shots, the tip from Fiorita just wide, missing by a matter of inches. Skating over is MK Savio, the senior. Savio's looking to grab it. Met with a surging Lila Fiorita. The second try, right to Jamison Maher, who makes the freeze.
And Greenwich has come out with a little kick. They've gotten more shots than they did the entire first period with that early chance there. Maher coming up big. And that right there, Greenwich is starting to get shots, but right now they need to screen Maher because she's shown that she can make these easy saves that go to her chest and her pads. So they got to get players in front, get tips, get rebounds, and put the puck in the back of the net.
Face-off will be won by the Wave. Morgan Massey behind the net, the Cornell-bound lacrosse player. Massey, a three-sport athlete. One of a lot playing here tonight. Lacrosse, field hockey, and ice hockey for Darien. I mean, I can only imagine how hard it is to play one of these sports, let alone all three. Intercepted by Donovan in the neutral zone. Donovan now. Chelsea, and she scores! Going over the blocker of Kuchner. Chelsea Donovan's got goal number 2, and Darien goes up 4-0.
That's her 51st of the season, and that's all Donovan right there. Move, and bang. She puts it in the back of the net, puts on a nice little toe drag there, and 51 points on the season. Are you kidding me?
Number 19 for Darien. Chelsea Donovan picking up the goal. And Donovan's got her second of the contest. Morgan Massey, the assist. The graphic was close, but she had the assist on it. 4-0, Darien leads Greenwich. And the Cardinals' chances of coming back in this one are looking very slim.
You never know, though, Dylan.
Wow.
Excuse me.
I'm Dylan now. I see how it is.
You never know, though, with the whole miracle, the 42nd year anniversary.
It would be a miracle if Dylan DeRiso just showed up out of nowhere.
I'm so used to calling games with him, Braden, that I...
oh, heads up, Jamie.
Trying to kill Jamie Tropsa there. But couldn't accomplish it. Hugging it out after the play, trying to put her own coach in the ER earlier in the game, and now trying to put Jamie Tropsa in until she's not happy with the 4-0 lead that Darien has.
Lindsay Allen shooting that one off of Jamie Tropsa. Took it like a champ, and the 11th year head coach will get right back up. I mean, he just took a couple steps back, and he was like, I'm good. He just took the blow right there. Crody, the centering pass. Kunchner makes the stop. That was Kellogg looking for her second. There's Skylar Ravosa across the blue line. Ravosa through some traffic, being double teamed and then triple teamed. Sevilla knocks it into the neutral zone. Crody will chase. SWS arriving at the Ice House for their 7:40 game with New Canaan. Kellogg just high. Oh, and some fans thought they were going to be like Jamie Tropsa taking a puck to the chest. Only difference is they have the boards protecting them. That one off of the skate of Wall. It was actually Sevilla playing the defense. Clearing it out to the neutral zone from Nui.
They're going to say that one was tipped. That's why it's no ice.
Did look like a tip.
It pretty much did. Hit off the Kellogg shin pad.
There's Carino. Going to try to dump it off. Instead, Darienne's coming surging the other way. Ooh. Overshooting Kelsey Brown on that one. A little too much force on it. Izzy Hare, the freshman, getting some time. That shot just wide. Hare with the tip. Wall along the boards. Using the boards to try to clear it out to Sevilla. Lawrence past Sevilla. MK Sevilla, the Franklin and Marshall lacrosse commits. Taking a fall to the ice. Jelinek over to Lawrence. Greenwich has a look, and Lawrence loses it. Collision in front of the net. Maher calling for something, and then the referee will stop play.
And looks like the post came off. They're going to take it outside. I don't know if they are. Let's see where the officials spot it. They're going to keep it inside, saying that Maher took that one off the post. If it was a Greenwich player that took the net out of its place, it would have gone into the neutral zone and been outside. But it wasn't, and they're going to keep it inside.
Face-off won by the Cardinals. That was Carino rifling the shot. She'll try again up high, grabbed by the glove of the captain. Lawrence turned over to Fiorita. Lila Fiorita's been all over the ice, it feels like, for Darien. And that's going to be offsides. Bellissimo was just a bit in front of the puck of Crody.
That's always a tough one when your teammate skates offside while you have a legit scoring opportunity. And that's what the Blue Wave just did.
Especially something where Bellissimo is fighting with possession of the puck and then just moves across the blue line as Crody's right behind her with the possession. There's Kellogg losing it out. MK Sevilla looking to go off to the races. She'll chip it off. Looking to chase it now, and icing called. With 9:12 left in this second period, Darien leading 4-0 over the Greenwich Cardinals. 2 goals from Chelsea Donovan. Kelsey Brown added 1. And the sophomore, Sarah Kellogg, the 4 goal scorers for Darien tonight.
And Braden, you touched on some of these players that their names you just keep repeating. And when you have these players that can produce, you want to put them on the ice as much as possible. And that's what both these coaches are doing. They don't care if you're tired. They want you on the ice because you can produce.
Kellogg turns around. The rebound. Wide open net. Kushner sneaks through the 5-hole. Maggie Bellissimo scoring for Darien. Number 5 scores the 5th goal for Darien. Bellissimo off the rebound from Kellogg. And Darien just can't be stopped.
Gives up a rebound and then gets beat 5-hole. That's always a tough one. Looked like she had it closed, but I guess I'm wrong as it sneaks right through her, and Darien takes the 5-0 lead.
Number 5 scoring goal, number 5 for Darien. As Bellissimo, that is her 4th goal on the season. And she has now had points in each of her last 7 games for Darien. Kellogg credited for the assist, and it's now 5-0. Or 5-zip, I should say. It's not soccer. And Maher's going to try to skate off our first penalty issue tonight.
They're going to take her for interference, and Raiden, looks like you're too caught up on the World Cup, 5-0, but
yeah.
I couldn't really have a good seeing point there, but Derek Benning, a seasoned official, is going to take her for interference as she was getting a little too physical. Obviously, body checking not allowed in girls hockey, women's hockey, but it is very much, body contact is very much appreciated, but they deemed that was a little too much. So now Greenwich is going to get their first opportunity to get a one on the board.
A golden opportunity for the Cardinals, but they need to convert here as Kelsey Brown goes to the box with a 2-minute interference call. Shot there through some traffic, grabbed by Crody, and she's just going to clear it out. Kuchner coming out quite away. She turns it over. Donovan! That could have been chaos right there as Kuchner was nowhere near her net. Nonetheless, there's Lawrence across the blue line. Lawrence chipping it over to Maher beautifully, falling on that puck.
And Jamie Trop, so when you have players that can kill penalties, it is such an advantage. Obviously, being on the power play, being a man up in hockey is a chance to put a goal on the board, but when you have killers that can just get the puck out and not do anything done with it, it's a big help, and that's what Darien has.
Like pad stop by Jamison Maher. Donovan cleared it out. There's Jelinek.
When in doubt, get it out for the penalty killers, and that's what they've done as of right now. Greenwich hasn't got anything going on the PP.
Fair rate on Lawrence fighting for it. 1 minute left on the Cardinal power play. This one now cleared out. Good clear by Darien as the Greenwich Cardinals will need to retreat it. Number 14 for them, Carino. Darien is just all over that puck. Greenwich has not been able to do anything tonight. As we're halfway through this second period. Ooh, the official takes a blow. Is that just the theme of tonight? Everybody taking a shot from the puck?
Sure is. Greenwich coach Jamie Trops, the Darien coach, and now the officials not happy with the call. I guess not.
Bellissimo turns around, shoots, and stopped by Kunchner, using the wingspan once again.
And, I mean, the norm for Darien's defense is just swarming, and that's what they've done this entire kill. They've just swarmed Greenwich, and it's looked more of a power play than it has a penalty kill, and they've just iced it, got it out, and obviously in high school hockey it's fully legal to ice the puck on a penalty kill, whereas in youth hockey, USA hockey, it is not legal.
Crowd's looking for the call. She won't get it as Greenwich now, Jelinek. Over to number 15, Nui. The power play has expired. Brown comes off, Hara comes out. Moving at Jelinek. Across the blue line, Peyton Jelinek still has it. And Izzy Hare, the freshman, getting in front of it. Hare in her 12th game this season, she has a goal of 5 assists, but really makes her mark in the face-offs. The freshman, and a very fast one on the ice. Behind the net, grabbed by the Cardinals. There's Wall. Groff falling to the ice. Massey will punch it down. Dumping it off to no avail. There's Darien on it. Chelsea Donovan's got some room. Donovan off the post. Donovan was looking for her hat trick, and Kuchner in the post make the stop. Greenwich has the rush. Lawrence will just dump it off. But Donovan's looking to keep going out there. it down now. There's Wall. Five minutes left in this second period. Darien leads Greenwich 5-0. Braden Shank, Chase Harding with you. So glad you can be with us on the DAF Media Network. DAF, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and Darien Foundation, bringing you live coverage of the 2023 FCIAC Girls Ice Hockey Tournament here inside the Darien Ice House. Natalie Beach with the shot. Stopped by the glove of Kunchner, and the glove almost came off of Emma Kunchner because the shot was so hard.
That would not feel good, taking a puck to the bare hand, like a catcher in baseball. That would sting pretty hard. And Braden, you touched on face-offs and the importance, not quite lacrosse where face-offs can totally shift the game, but it is 100% an advantage, whether you're on the power play or the penalty kill. When you can win face-offs in hockey, it is such an advantage, and I mean, in a way, it can win games because you can generate opportunities out of it.
Greenwich just needs to win a face-off, go on the offense, and start taking some shots, as they've only had 3 or 4 on Jamison Maher, and she's made 3 or 4 great saves on him. But again, the inexperienced junior goaltender, that's how you beat Darien right there. You got to get more shots on her.
But she's done her job as of so far.
Kellogg wide open. Rebound here. There's Bellissimo. The one-timer just wide from the stick of Natalie Beach. And that's the good 3-player offense from Darien, as I don't know where Greenwich's defense was on that. In front of the net, looking to clear it out is Roth. There's Bellissimo, the Yale lacrosse commit. Bellissimo intercepting. Looking to go off the side. Kunchner hugging that post, makes the stop.
And that line, Beach, Bellissimo, you talk about that first line for the Blue Wave. And that was a great chance they had, that tic-tac-toe play. Bellissimo with a great look, but they just couldn't quite get it past the Greenwich netminder. And they got to get something going quickly. Obviously, a full period left to play and 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this period, but they got to find something.
Darien, they've had 15 different goal scorers for their 102 goals this season, and that first line has been lethal. Natalie Beach, 26 goals. Donovan, 17 goals. Kelsey Brown with 13. Plus then you throw Maggie Bellissimo on there. Parker Crody, so many others. This Darien team can kill you on the offenses. There's Gretchen Edwards. Stopped by the stick of Kunchner. Hare gets knocked down to the ice. She gets right back up.
And don't count out their defense either. You don't talk about it a lot because they don't give up many goals, but their defense is just swarming. They take away space, and that's why they're so good on offense, because teams don't get anything going, so they have so many chances offensively because their defense literally does not give up much.
That one chipped in by number 16, Gretchen Edwards. Brown was chasing. 2:50 left before the intermission. There's Brown. Stopped by Wall, the defender. Centering pass there. That was Brown looking to add another. Wall once again corralling it. Using the board, shifting it down ice. Hand goes up and icing waved off.
It's a good wave off by the officials there. She had no intentions of playing that puck, and therefore that's why the officials waved it off. You got to show a little bit of an effort, Braden, for the officials to call it an ice, and she didn't there.
Whistle blown on that one. 2:01 remain in the second period. And still Darien's game here. 5-0. They lead the Cardinals.
Yeah, still Darien's game is a very much so. 5-0. Greenwich would have to have a miracle, emphasized miracle on ice 42 years ago, 1980, the Olympics. So they would need to get something going quickly.
Crody, shot there, just wide from number 21, Anastasia Zerbulis, the senior. Zerbulis looking for her first career goal. Had a lot of shots in that Ride Country Day game last week. had an assist in it. Nonetheless, though, retreating it back to Wall. Do you by any chance remember the score of that Miracle game?
I want to say it was 4-3, the United States.
I know they made the movie and all on it, but I don't ever remember hearing the score of that game.
I think it was 4-3, the U.S. That was the semis, and then they went on to play Finland and obviously won that game.
Lawrence, the shot, stopped by Maher. So what you're saying is going in, as there's a shot from Roth. So what you're saying is going into the intermission break, Doug Jebb's going to need to pull a Herb Brooks, talk to the team, get him riled up at the intermission.
Very much so. A little Herb Brooks motivation. Obviously, he was the United States, their coach, when they won that game, and that's one of the scenes in the movie.
I think it took me 2 full periods to remember his name was Herb Brooks. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. I couldn't even tell you the actor that played him either. I mean, I think I've seen that movie once, maybe twice.
The cool thing was originally it was supposed to be Herb Brooks to play the actor.
Really?
And then he ended up dying a couple weeks before.
Out there, the rebound by Maher. And Maher using the head on that one to make the stop. But way to bring the mood down, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that was a little, but yeah, he died and wasn't able to play the part. But
glove stop by Jamison Maher. She has looked unstoppable out there in nets. And Greenwich is going to need to regroup in 4.8 seconds when they head into the intermission locker room.
And I'm sure Jamie Chopsa loves how Maher's been playing. In the beginning of the year, he wasn't his main go-to goalie, but right now, she must be, because she's done her job and done it very well. And with 4.8 to go, they're going to try and maintain her shutout as of right now. And the officials are going to say the change was initiated too late, so they're going to send the Greenwich player back onto the ice.
Coming into the season, Catherine Kahn, Jamison Maher, Bella Lonergan, the 3 goalies for Jamie Tropsa. Kahn got the start as Maher will get the big start here in this FCIAC semifinal. Pretty good start, and Darien, a good start from the team overall. 5-0, they lead Greenwich. What has worked for Darien so far?
Everything. Defensively, offensively, goaltending, everything's worked. Their ability to get shots on goal. Like Wayne Gretzky said, 100% of the shots you don't take, you miss. Or I think I screwed that quote up.
I think you did.
100% of the shots you don't take, I don't know. I don't know how I forgot that quote. But anyway, you know where I'm going with this. You got to get shots on net, and you got to get rebounds out of it. And that's what Darien has done.
100% of the shots you don't take, you miss or something. Yeah, we're just going to stop embarrassing ourselves. Okay, let's shift over to Greenwich now. What do you think Doug Jebb is going to be telling his girls here in this intermission?
He's going to be saying, hey, we need to play simple hockey. They haven't done it whatsoever today. They need to get shots on net, as Darien's been doing. They've tested Maher a little bit, but they need to test her a lot and generate chances out of that.
It is going to be interesting. Darien leads Greenwich 5-0 on the DAF Media Network. Wayne Gretzky said you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so I'm not going to miss this shot. That's sending you to the commercial break. We're going to step aside on the DAF Media Network and be back with third period action between the Cardinals and the Wave.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots, compete against other leagues, and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and the offer to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continue to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police, drop the gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is
back on the DAF Media Network, taking a look at the first, I guess you could say first half highlights, not really, first 2 periods of highlights. Darien leading Greenwich on the DAF Media Network in a game that has been all Darien, it feels like, Chase Harden. 5-0, they lead the Cards.
100%. It's been, I mean, we talked about this before intermission. Darien has just done everything right in Greenwich. You can't really say they've done everything wrong because I would say on paper Darien's the much better team, but they just haven't generated chances. And because of that, Darien's just, that's why they're up 5-0.
Emma Kunchner's been peppered all night, it feels like. She makes a lot of saves, usually about 30 or 40 a game, but some of them are going to get past her, as you see right there, the one through the 5-hole, and Darien's been able to capitalize on that tonight.
100%, but honestly, even though it's 5-0, she's still done a pretty darn good job. She's made a couple key saves. It's just, when you get that many shots, it happens, right? You're going to let in some goals, and that's what's happened. She's probably taken, I would say, close to 30 shots on net.
She made 35 against Saturday, made 35 saves against Avon on Saturday, and she's having a pretty good night so far tonight, but 5 goals against, that's not really against her, more the fact that Darien's just taken more shots against Kunchner.
And the fact that Greenwich's defense is, they don't have the ability to take away space, and that's what they have to start doing. Darien does that. Greenwich has got to step up and keep their gap closed so that Darien can get these opportunities like they have been.
Take you down to the ice for the puck drop in this 3rd period, as the possession will be starting with the Wave. Again, Darien in their home whites with the blue numbering. In the road blacks is the Greenwich Cardinals with the red numbering. Braden Shank, Chase Harden with you. So glad you can be with us. Maher starting hot in this 3rd period with a glove stop.
And that's what they got to do if they want to come back from this. They got to start getting shots on net. And Braden, we talked about it again before intermission. I don't know how we screwed up the Gretzky quote. We kind of
yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, that was very bad.
Well, I think I got it going out in a commercial. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, you did. But I don't know how I screwed it up. I have that quote's in like the back of my head, and somehow I don't know how I screwed that up, but it is what it is.
Brown the shot. There's Roth. Short pass to Jelinek. Hare was calling for the icing. She won't get it. Big hit from Darien. And do you think Darien comes out with the same intensity they've been playing with, or do you think they take the foot off the gas pedal a bit?
In this time in the season, in the FCIAC semifinals, no way are you taking your foot off the gas, because guess what? Greenwich can get back in it. You want to play a little, you want to keep your defense, because Greenwich has got to score, so you want to stay solid defensively.
Shot there, stopped by Kunchner.
You want to stay solid defensively because obviously Greenwich can capitalize, but honestly, I wouldn't take your foot off the gas whatsoever, because what you've been doing the past 2 periods has worked, and if you take your foot off the gas, you're risking something silly happening, and then Greenwich gets this momentum. So they just got to keep going, keep pushing, and play their style of hockey.
Well, grab by the Cards. And icing called by Maher. I was just looking underneath us. There was this dog eyeing a pizza pretty good. A nice slice of pizza.
Burgers and Pies knows what they're doing downstairs, don't they, Braden?
Oh, they definitely do. Some of the best pizza around in Darien coming downstairs.
Can't blame the retriever below us wanting a bite of that person's slice. It looks to be like nobody's around. It looks to be unoccupied, but might have to go steal the slice for myself.
I don't suggest that. I mean, you'll be taking food out of the dog's mouth right there. I mean, it's a whole week's worth of lunch right there.
Yes, it is. Dogs like their a good snack.
Especially a good piece of pizza from Burgers and Pies. It's premium right there.
100%.
Kellogg across the blue line. Sarah Kellogg just loses control. Again, don't go anywhere, because after this, we have the 2nd semifinal tonight with the New Canaan Rams taking on the Stamford West Hill Staples Co-op. Myself and Chase will be back on that game with the rest of our DAF Media production crew, who I've not yet shout out tonight, but done a great job bringing the sights and sounds in this one. Andrew Lee, Leon Shen, Jason Bellingham, Eric Bellingham, and Dalton Moss, they're all snacking on their burgers and pies. And of course, the great Damian Andrew overseeing this entire operation. Shot just to the backboard. 12:25 left to play. Greenwich looking to avoid the shutouts. Something that they were shut out last year to New Canaan in the FCIAC semifinals by the final of 4-0. Looking to avoid it for the second straight year. Darien, they were shut out 3-0 by SWS, but they've so far avenged that, and they just need to go to the FCIAC championship and hope to chase their 7th all-time title.
And we talked about it earlier, they definitely have a chip on their shoulder from the past couple years with New Canaan having the crown over their head.
It doesn't matter. They come in the 1 seed, the 3 seed. New Canaan has just got the best of Darien the past 2 years, and it has been, I believe, since 2020 the last time Darien won an FCIAC championship. This would have been my freshman year, and I don't know, what were you, 6th, 7th grade? 3 years ago?
I don't know. Might have...
That's just how I remember it. My freshman year was the last time they won an FCIAC championship.
6th, 7th grade, something like that.
Well, you've had the recent memories of New Canaan winning an FCIAC championship. Of course, last year, the magical run they had in the state tournament. And they'll look to defend their title as one of these teams will meet them or Stanford for that game. 4:30 at the Darien Ice House.
That was
Saturday.
One of the craziest games I've ever witnessed in all of sports. The New Canaan Darien State Championship. It was supposed to be up in West Haven, but then it was snowing, so they moved it down here. The barn was packed, and 4-3 triple overtime. It was an incredible game.
Zerboulis, she still has it. Zerboulis, the shot just wide. And that's not going to be the case this year. Chase says they just announced they're playing the state championship at none other than the People's United Center at the campus of Quinnipiac University, a big venue for girls ice hockey, and they're taking the show on the road, if you will. There's Brown, the chip and chase off the boards. Zerboulis will skate off. In her place, Kellogg. Just past the reach of Brown. Under 10 minutes left. 5-0. Darien still leads Greenwich. Kellogg will retreat it back to Fiorita. Although, taking a trip back down memory lane, I do remember sophomore year calling these two teams in the FCIAC semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about girls hockey is there's a couple teams every year that we just see. And it's Darien, New Canaan, Greenwich, last year and this year SWS. But there's that, I hate to say it, but there's not many teams in this sport in Connecticut that there's not a ton of competition for women's ice hockey in the state of Connecticut. You got Avon's, but it's really just New Canaan, Darien, a couple years, and the Suffields, the Guilfords. There's only really, limited teams that are, legit competition.
I mean, it's a great point you bring up. A lot of these teams kind of have the Cinderella year like SWS did last year, and there's only a handful that are consistently good year in, year out. You mentioned Darien, New Canaan. I would throw Simsbury in that group. They usually got a pretty solid team. Avon's getting up there as that one's on the ground and just wide. But teams like Greenwich, they have their sparks every couple of years. And Stanford, same thing. They are looking to go back to the FCIAC championship. And taking a look at the state tournament bracket that will start up after this FCIAC tournament. Darien, the 1 seed, 2 seed to Avon, New Canaan, the 3 seed, and East Catholic, the 4 seed. They'll all receive byes. And then the first round consisting of a lot of co-ops as Stanford West Hill Staples sneaks in with the 12 seed. Greenwich did not qualify for this year's state tournament. We're not in the top 12, so a loss for the Cards, and this will be their 2022-23 season. And that one will be called on Darien.
Official Charlie Sosa blows that one offside, right in positioning, and it's tough to argue with an official when they're in such great position, and it's such a tough job, such a thankless job being an official. But two of the best in the state right here. And what more can you ask for? Such a great tournament, the FCIAC semis, championship. Such a chance for these teams to show who they truly are.
Extracurriculars on that bench side of the ice. The FCIAC, usually the power conference in girls ice hockey. Although I will say the CCC's getting up there with Simsbury, Avon, East Catholic. There's one other conference in the state of Connecticut for girls ice hockey. I want to say Southern Connecticut Conference with the not the Notre Dames, but the Hamdens and the Daniel Hands and the Blades. That's Amity, that is. But it's definitely a growing sport in the Nutmeg State. Heads up. It is high, it is far, and it stays in the park.
Was that the pitching wedge or the 9-iron?
Ooh, I don't know. Shot there, stopped by Kunstner. Looks like a good up shot on the green right there.
A little flop shot out of the sand. Might have been the sand wedge.
Massey can't keep it in the zone. Edwards will retreat it. That's Gretchen Edwards, the senior captain. Only 6:50 left. Pretty uneventful third period. But here's Jelinek looking to change that. Jelinek on the ground. Using the glove is Maher just pulling it back, and Jamison Maher continues the nice game in net. She's got a smile on her face. She's just 6 minutes away from bringing Darien back to the FCIAC championship.
I don't want to say the word because it's a jinx to all goaltenders out there. The S word, shutout.
Oh.
Usually, once you say it,
that S word, okay.
Yes, not the other S word, but usually once you say that, shutouts are ruined. So it's I wanted to keep that out of my mouth for as long as I could, but she is, like you said, 6.5 minutes away from getting a shutout.
Again, definitely an interesting call from head coach Jamie Tropsa to give Maher the start in the biggest game this season. And there's a chance it might pay off for Darien if they can just go this next 6 minutes holding the Cardinals at bay. There's Natalie Beach. Beach looking to shoot it down to Donovan. And Kunstner comes out and freezes it. Emma Kunstner, the senior, playing for her career with Greenwich High School right here. And she's looking to just give the puck to the offense, but the Greenwich offense has not been able to do anything tonight.
No, and when you can't score goals, you can't win games, no matter how good your netminder is, and she's legit. She's been their star player all year, but when you can't score goals and you can't get numbers up on the scoreboard, you're not going to win games no matter how good your defense and goalies are, right? You know, defense wins championships, but offense wins games, and their offense hasn't done anything tonight.
Handing it off to Crody. Parker Crody behind the net. Chasing it and grabbing it is Bellissimo. Again, what's at stake here? The winner of this contest advanced to Saturday's FCIAC championship match, where someone will be crowned the FCIAC champion for 2023. New Canaan, the defending champions, they'll take the ice next in a game against Stanford West Hills Staples, a rematch of last year's FCIAC championship in which the Rams got the best of SWS 6-1. So SWS has a lot to prove, but they'll meet the winner of this game as Kunstner makes yet another stop. She was our player to watch coming into this one. So far has lived up to it, making all these stops. But the Greenwich offense just, we've said it all night, they have struggled to get that spark.
Yes, they have. And even though there's a 5 on the scoreboard,
Edwards just passed the glove, but wide.
She hasn't shown any signs of letting down, and she's pretty darn legit back there in the net.
Off the skate of Bellissimo. There's Edwards using the backside of the stick. From the points. Again, stopped by Kunstner. This is a Darien team that is one of the strongest teams that Jamie Tropsa has had in recent memory. 17-1-2 thus far. That one loss coming in a thriller to Avon Co-op, 7-6. But other than that, it's been pure dominance for Darien. They've outscored opponents 102-21 this season. 7 shutouts for the Wave. And they're looking to continue that dominance wherever they go in the state tournament. If it's the FCIAC championship on Saturday, Brown's going to look to grab it. And Darien so far has been the team to beat in the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, and when we talk about, they're going to have that one offsides. And when we talk about Greenwich's, their inability to score goals, at least today, right? They've only had 42 goals on the season. And compared to, plus 100 for Darien. And like I've touched on, if you can't score goals, you can't win games, right? No matter how good your other, areas on the ice are, everything starts with your defense. But they didn't get any shots on goal today. Who knows? We still have 4 minutes to go, but they didn't get any shot. They didn't really get any quality shots off on Mayer, and it's tough to see.
And Greenwich, this is one they're going to be thinking about for a while, especially to come this close to an FCIAC championship and potentially fall short in the semifinal. Although they do still have 3 minutes and 30 seconds for a late comeback, but they need to grab the puck first. There's Fiorito behind the net, grabbed by Jelinek. Peyton Jelinek, the senior. All FCIAC second teamer a season ago. .310 to play. This one dumped off, icing waved off. Zerbulos just past her stick. Here's Anastasia Zerbulis. Can't keep the possession there, but good job by Donovan to recover. Now Greenwich looking to flip it the other way. Pass there was looking for Donovan. Brown comes out of nowhere, tries to grab it. 2:30 to play. Edwards can't keep it in. She'll get knocked down to the ice. Darien clears the zone. Under 2 minutes to play. There's number 5, Tate Patterson, the freshman for Greenwich, getting some ice time. So Doug Jebb looking to, it's actually 15, my apologies. Mackenzie Newey. Probably should have waited to make sure I saw a 1 before I called out the player. Newey, a solid junior on this Cards team. Greenwich can't grab that one as Savio loses it. Back and forth battle, grabbed by Ravosa. Under a minute left. Darien pulls the goalie on it. There will be the assessed penalty. And the Wave will finish this one out on a power play.
They're going to take her for body checking. Like I said on the first penalty, body checking not legal in women's ice hockey. Body contact and angling much appreciated, but a little too much contact there. And Charlie Sosa and the officiating crew are going to take Greenwich player for that one. And Darien's going to be on the PP for the rest of the game.
The first power play for Darien.
Yes,
tonight.
It is. Or at least so we think, unless they score and they wipe the power play.
Still a power play, though.
Well, if they score, it would be even strength, but...
Yeah, but they still had the power play.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Darien scores, they would...
Well, yeah, obviously they would.
But yeah, they still. The arguments in the box.
I don't think that's relevant right now. As 5-0, Darien leads Greenwich, and
we're gonna get a
Another penalty on Greenwich. There's Roth. That's actually 21. Lawrence on the slash, and that I think is the dagger for Greenwich right there.
She's mad about that one. I mean, we haven't seen penalties all game, and all of a sudden in the last minute we've seen 2. So it's going to be a 5-on-3.
5-on-3. Darien will close this game out against Greenwich, and Greenwich's frustration couldn't be any higher right now, as Edwards in front of the net, stopped by Kunchner. Slashing penalty called against Lawrence. There's Edwards again, the left-handed shot. Zerboulis was looking for the tip. 10 to play. Shot there just wide once again. 2 and 1. And for the 11th time in program history, the Darien Blue Wave will be advancing to the FCIAC title match on Saturday. The junior Jamison Maher, in her first career playoff game, shuts out the Cardinals by the final of 5-0, and Darien keeps on dancing.
Yes, they do, and they did everything right today. And if they do this and they continue it on to the FCIAC championship, which is 4 o'clock on Saturday, they have a pretty good shot at it, whether it's SWS or New Canaan, they are taking on.
5-0, Darien beats Greenwich. Let's talk about this one for a bit. Darien got off to the hot start. Greenwich just couldn't get back into it. What went wrong for Greenwich tonight?
Well, when you have a team like Greenwich, just the underdog, when you dig yourself a hole early in the game and you can't get out of it, you're kind of screwing yourself over, and that's what Greenwich did, right? We knew it coming into the game. Darien's offense, I would say the most legit in the state, and you got to hold them to limited shots, and Greenwich wasn't able to do that. They dug themselves a hole, and they didn't get out of it. Obviously, they were shut out. Maher getting her shut out 5-0 Darien. It wasn't really a good sight if you're a Cardinal fan.
It's a 5-0. Darien takes down Greenwich. They will advance to the FCIAC championship for the first time since 2021, I want to say, after they didn't get there last year. But the 11th time in program history, head coach Jamie Trompsa will be fighting for an FCIAC championship with his squad. That's going to do it from us here at DAF Media. Don't go anywhere, because we've got a second semifinal coming right up. The second-seeded New Canaan Rams taking on the third-seeded SWS. But for our entire production crew, Dalton Moss, Jason Bellingham, Eric Bellingham, Leon Shen, and Andrew Lee, our advisor Damian Andrew. For all of them, Chase Harden joining alongside me, saying so long from the Darien Ice House. I've been Braden Shank, and this has been a production of the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. Again, coming up next, New Canaan SWS in semifinal number 2. We'll see you then.